Hello beautiful people, here's a review of the Heinkel 115 C-1 added to War Thunder with the Sons of Attilla update. Hope you enjoy. So new for Germany is this lovely hydroplane at battle rating 1.3. I'm of course biased since I really do like hydroplanes, both in War Thunder and in real life. The Heinkel is very quick to unlock. You really just need a single mission to do so. Fully spading the aircraft is also complete in just a few missions. Let's look at some of the pros and cons. Some of the pros: flight characteristics. The 115 has for a medium bomber, and especially being a hydroplane to boot, a very tight turning radius with just 23 seconds. It is on par with and lower than a number of heavy twin-engine fighters. Wing limits are good with just over 500 km an hour. The stat sheet says 180, but you can do 500 km an hour and still be okay. The Heinkel has a full set of flaps with good limits. Combat and takeoff flap limits are 402 and 379 km an hour respectively, and landing flap speeds is more than enough for this aircraft with 260 km an hour. Armament. The bomber is equipped with a nose and dorsal turret. They are both armed with a light machine gun with good rate of fire with 1000 rounds per minute. The nose turret has 375 rounds available, while the dorsal turret has 1000 rounds of ammo. Once unlocked, just use the APT belt for best universal use. You do get slightly better armor penetration with the armor targets belt, but that belt does not have any incendiary bullets, and we do love to set shit on fire, especially aircraft fuel tanks. The dorsal turret has great firing angles with ± 110 degrees horizontally and -35 and +75 degrees vertically. Unique to this aircraft are two rear-firing light machine guns placed in the nacelles just behind the engines. They cannot be aimed individually, but fired once the rear gunner's sight is aligned with the two aiming circles for the nacelle guns. The guns have very limited use, but can pack a punch at this battle rating if an enemy fighter finds itself just behind the bomber. The nose turret also has great firing angles. Usually a turret like this is rather limited, but not on the Heinkel. Both the vertical and horizontal guidances are ± 75 degrees. Offensively, the 115 has a nice surprise with a 15mm MG151 cannon with 200 shells. This cannon can fire a number of shells, but most interesting is the armor targets belt, which armor-piercing ammo is capable of penetrating up to 31mm at 500 meters and 47mm of armor at 100 meters. This means that it is great for both destroying aircraft and even more so pretty much every armored vehicle that can meet around this battle rating, and most armor in up tiers in mixed battles. And some of the cons: slow. The Heinkel is, as basically all floatplanes, pretty slow due to its pontons or shape of its hull. Do not expect more than 300 km an hour even with web around 3,500 meters where the bombers spawn in air battles. Once you have dropped the bomb load, you can maybe add 20 km an hour to that number. The same top speed of around 300 km an hour can also be found at 1000 meters where you spawn in for mixed battles. Bomb load. The bomb load for the 115 consists of either two 250 kilogram bombs, a single 500 kilogram bomb, two 250 kilogram napalm bomb, or a single torpedo. At its own battle rating of 1.3, it can just about destroy a single base on its own on a regular map. Once you're on upstairs, which happens all the time, or on operations map, even with the largest bomb load TNT-wise with a 500 kilogram bomb, you can maybe take out 75% of a base, and that's about it, if you're lucky. So for a bomber, this is not impressive, to say the least. Best option bomb load wise is to use the two 250 kilogram bombs. It has slightly less overall TNT compared to the 500 kilogram bomb, but brings the benefit that you can help your fellow teammates to finish off their targets, so you collectively can have a bigger chance to finish off the bases, but then to destroy the airfield afterwards. Landing. So with the Heinkel you cannot touch down normally on the airfield. If you try, this happens every single time. It does not matter how slow or careful you are, the pontons rip off. On water, of course, everything is just fine. Once you have rearmed and repaired, the Heinkel starts airborne. Rate of climb. The landing con segues into the rate of climb con. This bomber has an off rate of climb of just 4.3 meters a second. It is simply not worth trying to reach 3,600 meters, where you're safe from the AAA if you're going to try to bomb the airfield. You can of course do it, but chances are high that the mission will be over before you reach that altitude. So when you have landed, just climb to 1,000 meters and either head for the remaining bases or ground pound with the guns and bombs. Only go for the airfield if there's nothing else to do or you think you can finish the mission. This hydroplane, like a select few others, can perform a great trick to improve its speed and handling. Once you're airborne after having rearmed and repaired, simply turn back to the airfield and scrape off the pontons on the airfield like dog shit off your shoes. You have now gained up to 30 km an hour extra in top speed and have improved handling. It's a simple but effective trick, and this slow Heinkel can use all the help it can get. So in general, I suggest that you spade the Heinkel in air battles and then just use it in mixed battles, and for that the Heinkel is just excellent. You can destroy vehicles with the bombs and strafe them with the 15mm cannon, and you can hold your own against fighters.
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
The Heinkel can take a good amount of damage, especially since most fighters at this low battle rating only are equipped with rifle caliber guns. The rear gunner has an armor plate in front of him and the pilot a plate protecting his back to further their survivability. Of course, a hydroplane is also to be used in naval battles, but I did not add that since I do not play them myself, and I think very few people do, sadly. It's a good and interesting bomber addition for the German tech tree. But that was about it. Thank you for watching, and until next time, remember to deploy your die brakes. Have a good one.